Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chase learns Willow is guilty, and she silences him too. General Hospital spoilers suggest Harrison Chase was blinded by his attachment to his ex-wife, Willow Tate Kane. For some reason, he simply had to think that she was innocent and didn't shoot Drew Kane, and he told himself the only reason it seemed like she could have was because Michael Corinthos is just that brilliant at framing her. Rumors are emerging that Chase is the primary male character on the chopping block at GH Next. If that's the case, then we have to examine all the ways that he may be written off the show, and I believe it's pretty feasible that he might become Willow's next victim. Chase is nothing if not a Boy Scout, sure. He's broken a few rules here and there, and he just was punished for doing what he says was the right thing. Chase has a heart of gold, and his mission has always been about helping the people he loves, raising them up when they're down, and never straying from the right side of the law. Right now, he believes Willow won. He feels he was right about her and everyone else was wrong, and it may be a tough pill to swallow finding out he was a fool. It might also be the final mistake he makes. GH spoilers say we've seen this before. There is a pattern of behavior forming with Chase. His resolve to show Willow was innocent was founded on years of trust and feeling he knew her and that she wasn't capable of doing such a horrific act. But consider that Chase doesn't have the most wonderful judge of character. After all, he was dating Willow's twin sister, the late Nellie Benson Jerome, once upon a time. Naive and smitten, he fell for every trick in her book too. Still, when Nellie was incorrect, he urged her to come clean. Likewise, when his brother, Hamilton Finn, fouled up, he urged him to accept responsibility. Chase is principled. He's not inclined to give Willow a pass if he discovers he was incorrect about her innocence, even if the court agreed with him. Willow has the last word. He wasn't simply set on making sure everyone knew Willow was innocent. He was set on defending the law as his moral obligation. So if his moral compass is oriented due north, he may be in for a shock shortly if he finds that Willow was never innocent after all. If he got misled, he may confront her about it, and that might lead to a true battle of wills. Chase believes in doing the right thing, remember? He backed Willow because he felt she was innocent, not because he wanted her to go free even if she wasn't. Faced with the facts, it's probable he'll push her to give herself in, although with his support. I simply can't see it going down well with Willow. In fact, I wouldn't put it past her to attempt to put the kibosh on Chase the same way she did Drew. What do you think? GH spoilers. Will Lulu and Nathan's kiss shatter Maxie's fragile heart? General Hospital spoilers say Lulu Spencer and Nathan West just locked lips. We all knew it was coming, and yet it somehow saddened and delighted us all at the same time. Every part of it is incorrect, don't get it twisted. Lulu should be fleeing for the nearest exit, attempting to protect herself from exploring any feelings she has acquired for Nathan, and it's evident she has known for a long now that they were building. So counting on him in her moment of need definitely wasn't the wisest decision. Of course, it takes two to dance. I'm looking at you, Nathan. Is Maxie Jones merely out of sight and out of mind? What yields, and what lays ahead? How many relationships just shattered? There are 3 relationships in the mix right now that stand to be shattered by one alcohol-induced kiss. Getting stranded together in a snowstorm wasn't anything Nathan or Lulu had planned, but I find it hard to imagine neither of them were praying those fireworks didn't come along someday soon during one of their many quiet heart-to-hearts. I can't be the only one who has noticed how much time these two have been spending together. If their friendship withstands this, or perhaps grows into more, it stands to shatter the bonds each of them have with Maxie. GH spoilers spill Nathan make the first move. Lulu might have been fairly inviting as she complimented all of Nathan's nice characteristics and noted how she doesn't know what she would do without him. The guy has been presumably floundering around trying to piece together where the previous 7 years of his life went, how to be a dad, and wondering if his wife would ever wake up, and then he departs stage left for someone else? I don't buy it. I think this decision provides more plausibility to the concept that Nathan is not truly Nathan, tragically. I suspect he's some sort of clone imposter, or maybe even Peter August in disguise, returned to wreck Maxie's life and those of everyone around her. That assertion that he wants to be the guy she sees in him was a bit too rich for someone who loves his wife the way Nathan loved Maxie before he died. What about Maxie? Word on the street is that Maxie is headed back on screen shortly. She's on set filming sequences, thus it's just a matter of time before we see her, even if she's not awake yet. Might this imply Lulu and or Nathan start making excursions to Boston to clean their guilty consciences and sit by her bedside? Will Lulu turn up to paint Maxie's nails and feed her stories about Nathan waiting for her, knowing all the time what she's up to? When Lulu was in a coma, Maxie didn't move in on Dante Falconeri, but she didn't urge him to create a new life with Sam McCall either, and maybe that concerns Lulu on some level she hasn't shown. Either way, revenge is it, girl. If Maxie wakes up to realize Nathan is back but falling for her bestie, and that breaks her heart, that'll break Damien Spinelli's for wholly other reasons too. General Hospital spoilers: this ain't your grandma's WSB, Cullum is a dirty dog hellbent on destruction. General Hospital spoilers hint that WSB honcho Ross Cullum and Jens Sidwell are in a race against time to produce Caesar Faison's last project. Of course the highly risky project is diabolical and deadly, and intrepid WSB/DVX/PCPD agent Anna Devane is in the heart of the chaos. She is being held prisoner in Windmere and the brainwashing she is undergoing is simply scary. Who precisely is Cullum and why is he so concerned in Faison's work? We're here to address these topics and take a look at one of daytime's most disgustingly nasty and terrifying villains since Helena Cassadine. Anna is a hostage when Ross Cullum came on GH on Wednesday, January 14th. His nasty demeanor sent chills up the spines of viewers familiar to terrible animals inhabiting PC. Cullum was proven to be Sidwell's accomplice in crime and he's Jack Brennan's WSB boss. There's simply something about the terrifying figure that is almost an unearthly type of wickedness. His eyes don't flicker, his face is granite, and to be truthful, Cullum seems to suck the life out of every room he's in. Andrew Hawkes knocked it out of the park with his terrifying debut and fans can't stop raving about the next meanie to wander the PC docks. Who is Andrew Hawkes? Hawkes is a Houston native who has a bevy of stage and primetime credits to his resume including Chicago PD, NCIS, Community, CSI, Dexter, ER and The Rookie. His first daytime appearance was on CBS's The Young and Restless in 2014, where he portrayed a crook. Cullum is also a well-known voice actor who features in the video game series Call of Duty, Black Ops. Hawk's GH character is in deep with sleazy Jens Sidwell and they are determined to accomplish the ultimate project of the insane and we guess dead Caesar Faison. Is Caesar Faison dead? Cold fusion is at the core of the endeavor and to that purpose Faison's daughter, Britt Westbourne, is being compelled to work on the nasty plot. Her life relies on it as the men are supplying her life-saving Huntington's disease medicine to keep alive and well. If she strays, her medicine will be cut off and that is the only thing keeping her attached to the project. In his first meeting with Sidwell, Cullum outlined their plan to remove Anna away from Windmere. What happens next with Ross Cullum? Hawkes told TV Insider that Cullum is quietly ruthless, dangerous, single-minded character. He auditioned with Laura Wright who portrays Carly Corinthos and said that, everybody has been awfully kind and sweet to me. He added that Chris McKenna is my boy. We're hostile in the show but he's such a wonderful guy, and noted that Carlo of course, is great and so much joy to work with. Tell us what you think of the way Cullum has captured fans' attention on the ABC Sudzer. Do you think he should stay on in PC? General Hospital spoilers: Charlotte targets Willow to hurt Nina, Cassadine revenge awakens. General Hospital spoilers warn that Charlotte Cassadine may use Willow Kane to make Nina Reeves pay. Will Charlotte's vengeful Cassadine side gain control? Charlotte was outraged when she eavesdropped on Nina's talk with Jack Brennan. Now Charlotte knows Brennan helped Willow get off the hook in the shooting case, so he's banking on Nina to repay the favor. Brennan pressed Nina to talk with Charlotte again to help him locate fugitive Valentine Cassadine. Charlotte trusted Nina and knows Valentine trusted her too, so she's enraged at her former stepmother turning against them both. However, GH viewers know Nina hasn't actually betrayed Charlotte at this point in the tale. Although Nina earlier interrogated Charlotte a bit, she was eager to cut Charlotte off on the issue of Valentine. Once Nina discovered out Charlotte's father had reached out, she didn't want to know anything more. Nina went as far as advising Charlotte not to trust anyone, even Nina herself. It was evident that Nina was still attempting to protect Valentine and avoid using Charlotte. Nina has sworn to talk with Charlotte a second time, but it's completely conceivable she's simply going through the motions to get Brennan off her back. Unfortunately, Charlotte is too focused on wrath to ponder all that. Although Charlotte remembered Nina blocking her effort to address Valentine, she indicated it might have been an act of manipulation. Regardless, Charlotte presently thinks that Nina is a horrible backstabber, so she's going to desire retribution. All evidence lead to Charlotte letting her inner Cassadine take over based on her 2026 GH preview revelations. It's only a matter of what it means exactly and how Charlotte may get some retribution. Charlotte isn't someone who should be overlooked considering this is Helena Cassadine's granddaughter we're talking about. When Charlotte was younger, she pulled off some strange plots. Charlotte is a teenager now, but she still had the same sly Cassadine side and will be driven by a desire for retribution in the coming months. As a result, Charlotte may opt to attack Willow as a method to inflict some misery on Nina. Perhaps Charlotte may think Nina has to confront a betrayal of her own involving her darling daughter, who she plainly adores more than her former stepdaughter, at least from Charlotte's perspective. Will Charlotte seek for proof and focus on revealing the fact that Willow shot Drew Kane? Willow can't be charged for that a second time, but Charlotte might still make sure the story becomes public and ruins Willow's image. That might knock Willow out of having her kids back and injure Nina in the process. Charlotte may even find out about Willow triggering Drew's stroke depending on what else she might overhear down the road. Whatever the case, General Hospital spoilers suggest Charlotte's broken sentiments will send her down a perilous path, so remain with us for updates on all the curveballs to come. General Hospital spoilers: did Peter August just slip up the man behind Nathan's charade? General Hospital spoilers suggest that we have to ask, did Peter August just slip up? Is Peter the guy behind the Nathan West hoax that's underway? Ever since Nathan arrived and said he had no recollection of the past 7 years, many have been dubious. Nathan's DNA and fingerprints are a match, but there have been plenty of bizarre evidence that imply he's not who he claims to be. The most recent indication occurred in GH's January 29th episode, which is when Nathan startled Lulu Spencer by saying he'd learned the whole periodic table. That clearly didn't seem like a very Nathan-like thing for him to know. Nathan stated his dad pounded it into him when he was younger, which confused Lulu since she believed his father never paid any attention to him. That led to Nathan saying that his father pushed him into science before losing interest in him when he couldn't get beyond memorizing. That chat was odd and seemed like a revelation of something deeper. Peter felt abandoned by Caesar Faison because he rejected tiny Heinrich and sent him off to boarding school. What if Peter is somehow alive and living in Nathan's body, at least in the shape of his memories? Later, Nathan revealed to Lulu that he wanted nothing more than to be the guy she viewed him as. The language was weird and felt like an obvious sign that he wants to be Nathan, even if he isn't actually. That leads us to Jack Brennan's hint from back in December. Brennan informed Lulu that she needed to remember who Nathan's father was and that he may choose to go by the name West, but his actual last name will always remain Faison. Everything Brennan mentioned would surely fit for Heinrich aka Peter. Wes Ramsey just returned to the part in Anna Devane's vision, although Peter may be living in a very other form. Nathan may have Peter's memories based on all the signs, so stay tuned for updates on the devastating revelation that might lead to. General Hospital spoilers suggest this Nathan farce will bring more twists and turns, so stay tuned. GH spoilers: Jack rushes to save Jocelyn. Does Carly finally see him differently? General Hospital spoilers suggest Jack Brennan should have understood what he was getting into when he recruited Jocelyn Joss Jacks into the WSB. She is the daughter of Carly Spencer, after all. Carly's zeal for rejecting authority and going her own way is certainly a quality Joss picked up on in her formative years. Despite Jack's demand that she lie low and appear like she's not a WSB agent, Joss has gone rogue and sneaked out to Spoon Island to conduct a little research on the side. Running into director Ross Cullum is the last thing she anticipated in the living room of Windmere. Could a snowstorm keep Jack away from Spoon Island, or will he get wind of Joss' little adventure and swoop in to save her from the WSB's chief honcho? A risky rescue mission Joss' idea to endure the Snowmageddon on her own, shut off the power supply to all of Spoon Island, and drive everyone off it so she could snoop around blew up in her face when she sneaked inside the eerie house only to realize she wasn't alone. She's not exactly in excellent company either. It seems Cullum is onto her, and Jack was the first to tell her that he shouldn't ever become aware of her presence. Whoops. Now, Jack may have to withstand the same storm as well as deal with the boss guy while attempting to keep his girlfriend's daughter safe. GH spoilers say Jack's lips were sealed. Jack was adamant on never letting Cullum find out about Carly's daughter, much less that he had her working as an agent under him. It's impossible to judge whether that's some type of conflict of interest. Could this result in a punishment for Jack? Might it lead to Joss being placed under someone else who won't have any of her safety or best interests in mind and surely won't care what Carly thinks of it? This could change everything. So far, Jack has been teeing up betrayal after betrayal for Carly. She was horrified that he exploited her to get to her kid, and for a while, she genuinely wanted to believe both things were true. Could he have conspired to pull Joss into the WSB but also actually fallen for Carly, or has he been playing her the entire time and she fell for it? Her ego, nor her emotions, like that explanation. If Joss is in actual danger with Colm, and Jack sacrifices himself to save her, it might lead to revelation to Carly that never would have happened otherwise. It might also lead to Joss pushing for him, which might sway Carly's viewpoint. Will Joss' risky move pay off for Jack in the end in more ways than one? Spoilers. Drew's cloning curveball. Did Sidwell replicate the congressman? General Hospital spoilers hint that we have a question. Will the real Drew Kane step up? This form of Drew is nothing like the humanitarian Navy SEAL that fans grew to know and love. What the heck went into him to make him such a pill? Would you think that this Drew is an imposter? It's a fascinating hypothesis making the rounds on socials, and we are ready to break down what may be the fraud of the century as Drew is concerned. Is Drew really Drew? Drew is married Willow Kane, the woman who tried to murder him, twice. Right now he suffers from locked-in syndrome after Willow induced a stroke from him. Many fans don't blame her for her unlawful conduct, given how cruel Drew has been. Drew has been acting out of character for years, and with the former SEAL unable to move or talk, we feel that the program is ready to pull a massive whopper on the audience. Soapy antics soaps are famed for crazy antics. And this includes imposters masquerading as actual people. What are the chances that Drew isn't who he represents himself to be? Drew's abnormalities started after he was freed from Pentonville. Prison might transform the mildest individual into a monster, but we think that there could be more afoot in this circumstance. How simple would it be for an evil entity to execute a switcheroo with Drew while he was confined away from his loved ones? Will the real Drew stand up? The most appealing hint concerning a probable identity exchange are the shenanigans of Jen Sidwell and Ross Cullum. They are thick as thieves, which is convenient since they are thieves. Rumors of unlawful cloning are sticking to them like glue, and that would explain how nice Drew became nasty Drew. Did Willow marry a clone? Decades ago, Days of Our Lives broadcast the first soap human cloning tale with Dolly, a clone of Reva Shane. We think it's time for another one. The technology is so improved. Tell us what you think, GH lovers. Do you believe it's feasible that Drew was exposed to lab experimentation that resulted in cloning? Red-hot General Hospital spoilers imply that there are more Drew difficulties coming along, and we will bring you all of the developments as they become accessible. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.